Hello, and welcome to the 8th draft on the channel. We're doing more double masters, and pack 1, pick 1. We're looking at Terminate, Golgari Rot Farm, and Mikaeus. Mikaeus is pretty good, just as like a sizable creature that spreads the wealth a bunch. Commons, Range Assistant I like, Agony Warp, decent removal, Seeker of the Way, good prowess creature. Labyrinth Champion and Scab Clan Giant are pretty mediocre. Aether Vials, nearly unplayable. Let's hedge away from Rakdos aggro. I've been doing way too much of that. Maybe we can try like a +1/+1 counters deck. Take Mikaeus and Obzon Charm, see where that goes. Or Mikaeus Rot Farm, wheel Obzon Charm. I think I like taking the Ranged Assistant and like Ranged Assistant, Rot Farm maybe. I do like the Karoo lands a lot. Mikaeus is good. Just don't really know which direction we want to go. Let's take Mikaeus and Obzon Charm and see where that ends up. Actually, I think we take the Rot Farm. Charms normally wheel. As we are past Firemind Vessel, Aether Snipe, Gnarlback, God's Willing, Cavernous Souls. I like the Firemind Vessel. That's like a good ramp card. And we can go into like a 4 or 5 color good stuff deck. Yeah, I like that. As we are past a Orzhov Basilica. Okay, so starting with these Karoo lands is really good for us. If we can find a Summer Bloom, that would be best case scenario. Just take the Basilica here. And we are past Elsha of the Infinite. That is a good card for the Prowess decks, but I think we would rather take Go for the Throat as just some good removal. 2-mana removal spell. Always love that. Other notable cards, there's not really much in this pack that's good. Just take the Go for the Throat. And now we have a Concordant Crossroads, a Crackling Doom. Could take like a Sensor Splicer or a Momentary Blink, but I don't really like either of those. Concordant Crossroads is a little funny, but just take the Sensor Splicer here. Yeah, Sensor Splicer. As we were past a Web Weaver Changeling, and Cryptic. It's really a question between these last 3 cards: Web Weaver Changeling, Winged Quaddle, and Cryptic Spires. Web Weaver Changeling is really good. It against an aggro deck, it can just instantly stabilize you. And here a Sultai Soothsayer. Looks pretty good. It is splashing a little blue, but that's fine. We can just grab some more Cryptic Spires. And we already have the Firemind Vessel to help splash for it. Plus the 2/5 that draws a card and fills the graveyard. So it's like a draw 2. Pretty good. Cards we're looking for are some like actual threats like Annoyed Altasaur or Deep Analysis. Or Deep Analysis is not a threat, but it draws cards. Just a good card. And then maybe some early creatures, maybe a Brindleshote, or maybe the Agony Warped Wheel. Here we have a Deranged Assistant. I like taking that one over like an Arachnus Web or Battlefield Promotion combat trick, being ramp and mill, and if we can get some graveyard cards, then we can start like possibly drawing cards with it. Here, as expected, Abzan Charm Wield. We could take it as like removal. I'm not sure if we want it though over like a Deranged Assistant. Let's take the Charm. I think I like the Charm. Plus, we might not even go blue since we only have 2 blue cards. We might make a light splash of blue, but not like heavily go into blue for Deranged Assistant and Sultai Soothsayer. And our 5 drops, we have a lot for now. And here we have nothing really here, I guess. Jeskai Elder is fine. Greater Gargadon, we are not playing. Just take a Thrive. Maybe we'll play that. Probably not, though. But yeah, pack 1's looking pretty good. We've got 2 Crew lands, Firemine Vessel, got some decent removal and go for the throw in Abzan Charm. And we are past a lot of aggressive cards and an Apostle. Apostle? I think it's Apostle. Correct me if I'm wrong. And Concordant Crossroads, we might end up playing that just for fun. Here, a Lolth Troll, that is surprisingly late. And a Thought Scour, so hey, we might end up playing blue. It seems decently open. Here in pack 2, we get a Simic Growth Chamber. An Anguished Unmaking is some decent, yet little hurting removal. I think we just take the Simic Growth Chamber and the Skin Render here. Skin Render is just a really good removal spell. And then Growth Chamber just is a good card. We do need to pick up some Cryptic Spires because our mana base is just Crew lands, and we do want some more non-Crew lands as mana fixing. And here there's an Eyeblight Ending, a Selesnya Sanctuary, an Imperial Archangel. There's also Forbidden Alchemy. Imperial Archangel is pretty good top end, but Crew land. Sanctuary or Archangel? Sanctuary or Archangel? Let's go with the Archangel. It is just a pretty decent top end for this style of deck. As we are past, I don't think we want anything here, just take the Cryptic Spires as our first one over Rafiq. Yeah, like Rafiq would be good and all, it's nice, definitely decent with the Troll, but I think the Cryptic Spires was the correct pick there. And Imperial Archangel's like 8 mana, get a 5/8, and 8 life. Here we have a Deep Analysis and a Murkfiend Liege, just going to take the Deep Analysis. If we wield Bring to Light, we'll play it. It's just like a fun card. It's like, it's 5 mana Skin Render, or 5 mana Deep Analysis. 5 mana Soothsayer. Yeah, we're really looking for some Coiling Oracles and Elvish Rejuvenators to help get the ramp going. We also, Deep Analysis is also a graveyard card, so it works with our like deranged assistant to possibly draw a card. And here we can take another Basilica, which I like, or we go with like Forbidden Alchemy. I like the Basilica. Just another crew land. And there's an Aether Snipe here, but there's also a Cryptic Spires. We need some top end. Let's take the Aether Snipe. And then Sky Knight's good, but just take the Cryptic Spires at this point. Like, we're not aggressive enough for it. And Gifts Ungiven. How good is that? We get like Archangel, Soothsayer, Skinrender, Deep Analysis. Well, we don't really want to get our big threats, but there's a chance we play it. And here, just take a Thrall against the aggro decks. Like, cheap creature that when it dies creates another creature is just such a problem for those decks. I played against it too many times. Brindle Shoats, Carrier Thralls, and they just... you have to spend 2 removal spells to get past them. Glen Elendra's Liege, that wield. I like taking the Liege here, but I think the correct pick is just to take the Cryptic Spires. Yeah. Phyrexian Altar. Hey, Bring to Light over Quaddle. I do really need a Quaddle. Let's play Bring to Light for the memes. Take a Traveler's Amulet, since we might run that. Might of Old Krosa and Civic Saber, both of those pretty useless. But yeah, our deck's shaping up pretty well. We don't have any red, so that's good. We didn't wheel that Silencia Sanctuary, which is a little annoying, but relatively fine if we have all of these crew lands. And here we have our rares are Wasitora, Nakoru Queen, which is pretty strong, and Joda, Archmage Eternal. Pretty good cards. I'm looking at like taking Wasitora and Tower Gargoyle, maybe. Or Annoyed Altasaur and Cryptic, and Wasitora. Like, we could easily splash Wasitora. We want a little red anyway for Bring to Light purposes. There's also no ramp besides the Ranged Assistant, and I don't think we want to run 2 of those. If we can find, like, land ramp, that would be best. Yeah, we need some finishers. Let's take Wasitora and Altasaur. As we are past a Prophetic Bolt and a Master Biomancer. Somebody took the Cryptic Spires in this pack, so it wasn't good for them. Master Biomancer is pretty good. I think I like the Bolt over Master Biomancer. Just removal and draw a card. Pretty good. And here we have a Fiery Justice as some pretty good removal. Yeah, it's not seeing any Cryptic Spires. Yeah, just take the Fiery. And here, even though there's a Cryptic Spires, we have to take the Rampant Growth. It fixes, it ramps, we just have to take it. And here we can take a Settle Beyond Reality. Our 5-drops are getting a little clunky though. But are we going to play anything else in this pack? Seeker of the Way is kind of nice. Lead Guild Mage is just too early, I think. If we get a net, then we'll play the spinner. Here, how does Zur the Enchanter look? We have no enchantment? Oh, cool. He's perfect. In actuality, just take the Tower Gargoyle. And will we need to play a Forbidden Orchard? No, we're not going to get that desperate. Just take another Annoyed Altasaur. Our late game is looking pretty good if we can get there. Let's take a Carrier Thrall. And I like Forbidden Alchemy here over Jodah or Assistant. Jeskai Ascendancy Wield. But just take, like, what? God's Willing? League Guildmage. Just take the Deranged Assistant, more ramp. These last picks don't really matter. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, basically 8 lands. We're not playing Thought Scour. Yeah, we're not playing Thought. And our curve is pretty high. We're not playing the Arachnis Spinner without a creature for it. Or a web for it. We're probably not playing the Troll. Just because the Troll is gonna have like trouble being actually good. And then nothing really here. We don't need any more 5-drops, so we don't want the Stitchwing. Momentary Blink. How many ETBs do we have? We've got 3, 4, it's fine. And Spell Pierce for the sideboard looks pretty good. We really wanted to pick up more Cryptic Spires. Black, green, red, black, and blue, green, or blue, black. Yeah. No, all of these Cryptic Spires are black. Let's go blue, green with this one. And then let's look at cuts. We've got 16 creatures. What do we want to cut? We might just cut Mikaeus, as it's a non-bow with double Annoyed Altasaur. It doesn't work with Bring Delight. Yeah, let's cut Mikaeus. Or pack one, pick one, off to the side. Tower Gargoyle is just a big flyer. It's fine. Let's cut a Momentary Blink. And a Jeskai Elder. I think we actually might want to put back the Momentary Blink. Run 15 lands with 4 crew lands and a Traveler's Amulet. Yeah, I like that. Seems a little on the greedy side, but I'm fine with that. And I'm too lazy to try and figure out optimal mana, so let's save the deck. And I will see you all in game 1. Alright, we are here in round 1 against Melty Man. We have 2 lands, but they're both crew lands, so we'll have to mulligan. And this is better. This is basically like a 5-land hand. We'll keep and put the Altasaur on the bottom. No, let's put the Bloodweaver Changeling on the bottom. They're on the play. We will auto pass. Let's lead off with the Cryptic Spires and pass the green-black one. And then we can go into Growth Chamber. They play a Cold Steel Heart, naming black. So probably 5-color stuff as well. Bounce Cryptic, pass a turn. Oh, okay, Young Pyromancer, that's scary. We'll have to kill that next turn. Cast a Deranged Assistant, play Cryptic Spires, pass the turn. This way, next turn, we can Skin Render the Young Pyromancer. Let's see, what do you got? Agony Warp. Well, that's annoying. It's also really mean. Well, we take 2. A Mountain. If we can get a white source, Fiery Justice is looking pretty good. But we'll just go with Skin Render for now. And pass the turn. Drawing 3 lands in a row isn't bad, but now our hand's pretty clustered up with lands. And eventually we'll get to Annoyed Altasaur range. They play a Swamp. And what do? We might want to add more white sources into the deck for Fiery Justice. Yeah, maybe. They Augur Spree or Skin Render. That's annoying, but fine. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's just play the Rot Farm, bounce the Swamp, and pass the turn. This deck really needed a Summer Bloom. Let's see, what do they got? Revilark. That's annoying. We can Prophetic Bolt it, but then they get back the Pyromancer. Yeah, I'm fine with that. We can like Fiery Justice everything. So yeah, just Prophetic Bolt. Go grab a Soothsayer. Or a Basilica for white. Actually, let's take the Traveler's Amulet. Doesn't really matter what we put it in. Because we need to guarantee a white source next turn. Let's cast the Traveler's Amulet and pass the turn. What do they got? Pirate's Pillage, discarding Swamp. We have 3 cards in hand, while we have a 5 and board wipe. We take 3 and they pass. Let's tap 1, crack the Traveler's Amulet. We'll go get a white source, play it for turn. Cast Fiery Justice. Bang all of those, and 2 damage to their face. And they gain the 5 life. So this works out pretty well. Then we will tap the Rot Farm for a Rampant Growth. Go get an island and pass the turn. Things are looking pretty good for us. Let's see. They cast a Living Lightning. That can get back Pirate's Pillage, Augur Spree, and Agony Warp. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Let's cast Annoyed Altasaur. Please don't hit. Bring Delight. We get a Deep Analysis. That is a good draw. Kinda hurts now that we tapped our blue source. But let's play a Cryptic Spires tapped and pass the turn. If they want to trade their Living Lightning and a removal spell that they get back for Annoyed Altasaur, I'm happy with that. Less board pressure, the better this Archangel gets. You don't have double white, though, which is a problem. They cast Aether Snipe. Wow, that is aggressive, considering the fact that we can re-cascade. Yep. And we get a Soothsayer, so we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 mana. Play a land 10. Let's just go with Altasaur again. Altasaur, always yield. Get a Carrier Thrall. That's a good creature. And then play Cryptic Spires tapped and pass the turn. Now, even if they do get rid of Altasaur, we can chump block with Thrall. Yeah, I think we're in a decent position. They cast Elsha of the Infinite. Okay, it's a little scary, considering the card advantage they could possibly get from that. If we can get a white source, the Imperial Archangel will do wonders for us. Ooh, another Annoyed Altasaur. Don't mind if I do. So you'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Play a land 11. I think we'd rather go with Soothsayer and Aether Snipe. So let's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's tap this one. Cast a Soothsayer. Let's pick a card and a card. Webweaver Changeling. That's a good card. We'll take the Changeling. And then play a land. Cast Aether Snipe. And bounce Elsha. Move to combat and swing for 6 looks good. Get the pressure going. You've got a lot of blockers if needed. And if they just chump block, get back a removal spell, that's fine by me. Yep. They either get back the Pirate's Pillage, Pirate's Pillage for some more card advantage, or they would get back like an Augur Spree or not Augur Spree, the Agony Warp to kill our Altasaur right there. They recast Elsha. That Bring to Light is getting worse and worse the longer the game goes. Turns out Bring to Light isn't that good in Limited. Who knew? Oh yeah, everybody. We're playing it not because it's good, but because of the memes. Let's see. Let's play land. And let's tap 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Cast an Altasaur. Hit Bring to Light. We will not cast that. I was afraid of hitting a Bring to Light, but that's fine. Like our other hits were like Sensor Splicer, Wasitora, Tower Gargoyle, Firemind Vessel, the Deranged Assistant, Go for the Throat. Yeah, there were a lot of possible hits. Just that we got a little unlucky, which is fine. And then we'll cast a Webweaver Changeling to gain 5 life. And then they concede, yeah. GG's, OP. Time to begin sideboarding. We will, against a Prowess deck. What do we want to sideboard? Well, first I think we change one of these Cryptic Spires. So I'm going to change this one to be red-white. Yeah, change color. Red-white. And then, do we want to run, not Thought Scour, Spell Pierce? I think we do. And cut a... Let's cut a Deranged Assistant and go from there. And on second thought, Spell Pierce is just going to be on the draw. It's not going to be that good. Yeah, like Spell Pierce is nice and all, but we're not going to be able to hold up that mana very easily. And the Spell Pierce is just not amazing on the draw because you're on the back foot, so you got to be proactive, not reactive too much. All right, we are here in Wretch 2. This looks like a fine hand. We've got Firemind Vessel to help ramp us. This is a 6-land hand with the removal spell and ramp. So any spell we could possibly draw, which we have a lot of, is looking good. Let's lead off with the Island, sure. We could play the Cryptic Spires, but I think we want to lead off with the Basilica. Play Basilica, bounce this, pass the turn, discard. Do you want to just discard a Mountain? Yeah, let's discard a Mountain. Actually, the Cryptic Spires might be worse. Let's discard the Spires. It's tap land. And we already have double white for Imperial Archangel. They cast a Bugler. And what do they hit? Azure the Enchanter. That's an interesting play. Well, we'll play an island and pass. Hold up, go for the throat. We will take it. And they Pirates Pillage discarding Talrand. Let's play a Mountain into Firemind Vessel. Pass the turn. What you got, OP? Cast Zur the Enchanter. Wonder what they could possibly have to be willing to play Zur. Well, I don't really want to find out, so let's play an untap land. Go for the Throat Zur. Into... No, we just need green, so... Cast a Soothsayer, and... Fiery Justice is nice. Yeah, let's take Fiery Justice. I like it. Over Webweaver Changeling. They move to combat. This probably means they have an Agony Warp, so I don't think we block, because then we can punish it later with Momentary Blink. And then they cast a Living Lightning. Into passing the turn. Interesting. Let's play a Plains, tap all of that, and cast a Skin Render. It will kill the Bugler or the Lightning? Let's kill the Bugler. Swing for 2. And pass the turn. Momentary Blink is looking pretty good on either of these creatures. Let's Flicker the Soothsayer. Just so we can get that card advantage. We have an Imperial Archangel or a bunch of lands. Let's take the Archangel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. Yeah, we have enough to cast it. Block with a Soothsayer. Graveyard's looking pretty nice. They Agony Warp. Sure thing. I was definitely afraid that they had Agony Warp, but it's also fine. If they just use it to save their Living Lightning. They cast a Rift Bolt, sure thing. And then they pass. We tap for green, blue, and cast an Imperial Archangel. Imperial. I don't really know how to pronounce that one. Bounce a Swamp back to hand, and then they concede. Yeah, GG's OP. Being at 2 cards left in hand and just not being able to deal damage to me anymore, along with a 5/8 that can't be targeted. GG's. On to round number 2. Here we are in round number 2 against Based. This looks like a fine hand on the draw, even though we need 1 more land to do some fun stuff. I'm sure that we'll draw one as we draw a Growth Chamber. Things are looking pretty good. We're probably gonna they are definitely aggressive, so Fiery Justice is gonna be required. Let's play Cryptic Spires here. The next turn we can Deranged Assistant, balance one of the Cryptic Spires, not have to discard. Yeah, I like that. Our mana situation is a little weird for Fiery Justice, but hopefully we can get there. And what do they got? A Carrier Thrall. This Fiery Justice is looking pretty decent. Pyral Archangel, once we get there, that'll be pretty good. But for now, just a deranged assistant. Into Growth Chamber or Basilica. Let's get the white mana online. And we have more untapped green sources, so let's bounce this Cryptic Spires. And pass the turn. Plus, this also allows us to cast Skin Render next turn, if necessary. Let's see what you got, Opie. 3 mana. Rift Bolt? That's annoying, but fine. Just slows us down turn unless we draw untapped land, which we do not. Just get the green source down and pass the turn. Yeah, killing that deranged assistant really sucked for us because now we can't Firemind Vessel on curve. We're at 10 already, which is a little scary. It just casts like Blazing Hellhound. I'm cool with that. Let's Skin Render here. Gets a creature on board and gets rid of the Hellhound. And then let's play a Basilica or a Growth Chamber. Let's go with a Growth Chamber. Bounce a Cryptic back to hand, and pass the turn. If there was a deck for Summer Bloom, this would be it. Like, if we cast, or tap Summit Growth Chamber, cast Summer Bloom, then just spam a bunch of crew lands. Let's see, what you got? A Thranex, that is fine. We can deal with all the tokens easily enough with Fiery Justice. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana. I think we just need to ramp into the Archangel. Like, that's our game plan. And getting a Firemind Vessel down helps that game plan a lot. Cryptic Spires, pass the turn. If they offer a trade for the Thrynax, we will be more than happy to oblige. Just to preserve our life total. We'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana next turn. And the correct mana is for Archangel. As they go for the Throat It. That sucks, but we'll be taking 7. Yikes. And go down to Lightning Bolt / Rift Bolt range. Got a spell second main phase. What you got? They sacrifice the Carrier Thrall, create a Scion, and hit a Forest. Play land for turn. And then a Goblin Banneret. Seems fine by me. Let's slam the Archangel. Green. And we need white and just one other color. So this will basically gain us 8 life and get a big chunky blocker. And then let's play, let's get the Rot Farm into play. Bounce Cryptic, pass a turn. And then we will definitely have to block the Banneret. What is this? 6 mana? 7 mana. Probably like a Thrive? No, can't be a Thrive. What is it? Lavalanche. Wow. GG's, OP. Like, Imperial Archangel eats all of it, but we still die. GG's. We were just a little slow there. On the play now, I think we just throw it back in. Be a little faster this time. Yeah, them killing our Deranged Assistant early, that really slowed us down. Not being able to cast Firemind Vessel on curve. Time walking us, basically. Made all the difference. And here we are for game 2. We will be on the play, and this looks like a fine hand. Turn 1 Forest into Amulet looks good. Pass the turn. Goblin Banneret. That's scary. Let's crack this. Go get an island. Play Cryptic Spires and pass the turn. If they just pump, that's fine. They cast a Thrall. Firemind Vessels looking pretty sweet. Rampant Growth here. Yeah, let's go Rampant Growth. Go get a Plains. Let's go get a Forest. That way we have double green for Webweaver Changeling. This is tough. Let's just go get a Plains. Into a Basilica. Bounce the Plains. Pass the turn. Now we got a bunch of untapped lands, looking pretty sweet. They get like 2 turns to cast spells and attack freely, and then we slam an Archangel. The Archangel might not do us that good right now, actually. Hissing Iguanar. Yeah, that's definitely annoying. Go for the throat. Perfect. I think here we Deranged Assistant. So we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7. No, won't be enough for Archangel next turn. Let's go for the Throat Hissing Iguanar now. And let's Forbidden Alchemy to try and find something. Web Weaver Changeling's looking pretty good. Obzon Charm and Sensor Splicer decent, but actually, the Splicer maybe. No, let's take the Web Weaver Changeling and pass the turn. Next turn, Plains Firemind Vessel Deranged Assistant looks pretty good. And then we'll chump block with the Assistant so we can get our Web Weaver Changeling online. Now, what you got? Just pump the Banneret. Swing for 6. That's fine by me. They also found their green source, so that's annoying. Just making sure we only have 2 creatures in graveyard. Yep. Ooh, Fiery Justice. That's a good card, but we'll wait for full value. Let's cast Deranged Assistant and Firemind Vessel. And pass. We can trade with the Banneret. We're happy with that. Although, not having double green, or triple green is definitely annoying here, because we can't Fiery Justice and Web Weaver Changeling. So instead of getting the Plains, the Forest was the correct thing to do. They cast Burning Tree. Into Skeleton Archer. Sure. So we'll do like, we'll take 4 Mountain. Does that help us? This aggressive deck is storming us. If we had double green, we would, well, we were changing Fiery Justice. But I think we just have to Web Weaver Changeling here just to gain the 5 life. Land and say go. Ugh. We probably have some sort of removal spell for this. Is the problem. They move to combat. Do they swing with everything? With just the Banneret? Yeah, sure, we'll trade. We're happy with that. They spend 4 mana to pump the Banneret? Yeah. Sure, that is fine by me. Now we can, like, safely Fiery Justice the board at a comfortable life total. Yep, and they pass. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 mana. So Deranged Assistant. Fiery Justice. gain the life. Kill 2 creatures, they gain 5 life. They create the Scion, that's annoying, but relatively fine. And we pass. 1 card left in hand, but that is fine by us, because it is a pretty powerful card. Forbidden Alchemy can soon draw a few good cards. Let's see what they do. If they swing with the Scion, we'll trade. We're more than happy with that. We have enough mana already. Let's see. Rift Bolt my face? Oh, Thrynax. Thrynax, that is scary. Into Hellhound. Well, cast Archangel. And pass turn. If they swing out with everything, Archangel dies, but that's fine. Trade with the Hellhound and save us a bunch of damage. Cool. Oh, Bloodbraid Elf. This Archangel's just going to be a fog that kills a creature. Abbot of Carol Keep. Wow. And then they exile Purphoros' Emissary. Yeah, sure. Land into Emissary. We'll probably swing first. No? Okay. They might be considering if they want to sacrifice a creature just to kill the Archangel, which they probably want to. They are swinging in with everything but the Hellhound. Like, this is gonna die anyway, so might as well kill something. Let's not kill the creature that sprouts more creatures, which makes it harder to block. This is not a good position for us. Flashback Forbidden Alchemy. Yeah, nothing we can do saves us here. GG's, OP. GG's. This is why the hyper-aggressive decks are so good. Well, on to game number 3. Alright, we are here in game number 3 against Joe Volcano. This is a hard mulligan with 1 land hand. This is much better. We'll keep, and we can put a land on the bottom. Which land? Oh, do we have double black cards in the deck? We have Skin Render. Let's bottom the island. They're on the play, which sucks for us. We'll play a Simic Cryptic Spires and pass the turn. Hoopu. I gotta make a Hoopu tribal deck for someone who commented. Next time, I will 100% try and force Hoopu if I see it in pack 1s. Bugler. What do they hit? Nothing. Ouch. Always hurts when that happens. No blocks. And let's cast a Forbidden Alchemy. Fiery Justice is nice, but we're not really set up for that. Let's just take the Basilica. Bounce Swamp back to hand, and pass a turn. This Basilica sets up Abzan Charm and other white cards that we draw. We're still missing red, though, which is a little concerning, but relatively fine. They just pass. Huh. Well then, let's run out Soothsayer, I guess. They might have Mana Leak, but let's just run out Soothsayer, see what happens. We mill a Simic Growth Chamber of note. And what do we hit? Skin Render, Webweaver Changeling. I think I like the Skin Render here as for some removal for the Hoopu rather than just a blocker for it. What you got, OP? Anything at my end step? If not, this is a big... If they don't have anything, this is a good swing in our favor. They do not. Yeah, wasting an entire turn is definitely good for us. And they cast Body Double, copying our Tower Gargoyle. That's rude. We'll just exile it with Abzan Charm. Great. All of those fancy colors. Exile the Gargoyle. We mill a Deep Analysis, but let's just cast a Deranged Assistant. Play a tap land, and pass the turn. Let's see what you got. It's Firemind Vessel. Could be good next turn if they don't play anything relatively scary. I think we can do both next turn. Yeah, with all of our mana dorks. Wish we got like Coiling Oracles or Rejuveneers. We really needed those. They just pass. Again. Not suspicious at all. Let's cast a Skin Render. And kill their Hoopu. Pump spells won't save it. And then we just cast Firemind Vessel. Momentary Blink? That's annoying. They get their Hoopu safe and sound. We mill Golgari Rot Farm and our own Momentary Blink. And let's cast Firemind Vessel. And let's try and stop tapping our Deranged Assistants because we are running out of cards in deck. We're already down to 15 cards. We can flashback Deep Analysis. They cast Grapple with the pass, hitting 2 lands and a blink. That looks pretty good for us. Well, maybe. Let's see. Yep. We take 1. We have 3 cards in hand. So let's start applying some pressure. Militia Bugler, what do they hit? Nothing again. Ouch. Well, cast Amulet. Crack Amulet. Go get a red source. Play it. Blue and 1. Flashback Deep Analysis. And then cast Wasi-Tora. And now we actually have a threat. That's also in the air. And we'll just pass. Did we play our land? Yeah, we played our land per turn. They play a land. They can momentary blank their Bugler to try and find some more stuff, but that's fine. If they're spending 4 mana to try and get a 2-powered creature, I'm pretty happy about that. Hopefully this Wasi-Tora will start taking over the game. Before we deck ourselves. Washout. What color are they naming? Probably black. Yep. That's fine. We don't want our Soothsayers on the battlefield anyway. They just mill too many cards. Just put them as some chump blockers. Bring to light. What do we have left in the deck? Prophetic Bolt, Sensor Splicer. About 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 mana. So we can let's Skin Render and Wasi-Tora this turn. I don't think we want to cast Soothsayer anytime soon. Just for the fact that it will kill us. Skin Render. Kill the Poo-Poo. Always yield. Into Wasi-Tora. And pass a turn. Yeah, we can block both of their Buglers profitably. We've got 2 cards left in hand and 2 blinks in graveyard. A Mist Meadow Witch. Well, that's annoying. We top deck a Cryptic Spires, so we'll move to combat. And swing with Wasi-Tora. Oh, I just noticed Bring to Light's for a creature. Wait, creature, instant, or sorcery. Okay. Just making sure. I could. Okay. They exile it till end of turn. Second main phase. Green. Green, white. 5 colors. Cast Bring to Light. With all 5 colors. We have Aether Snipe, a Double Anointed All-Star, and Empowered Archangel left in the deck. Let's Prophetic Bolt the Mist Meadow Witch. No more flickery nonsense for them. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. If we take the Sensor Splicer, we don't have anything left in the deck for Annoyed Altus. Oh no, we got Go for the Throat. Never mind. Take the Sensor Splicer and put it like you, and you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cast Sensor Splicer. Get a 3/3. Play a tap land, and pass the turn. End of turn, Wasitora comes back. They can flash back their momentary blinks, but that's fine. Soothsayer's basically uncastable at this point. It's just really annoying how all of our good cards were just thrown to the bottom now. I can't type. They just pass. We top deck a Basilica. Well, we will move to combat. Swing with Wasitora and a Golem. Depending what they do, we can like cast, or if they double block, they don't double block. We'll still flash back the momentary blink, flickering the Skin Renderer. That way, when the Wasitora trigger happens, we get a 3/3 cat dragon instead of them sacrificing their Bugler. They flash back their momentary. Oh, I'm just dumb. I forgot they also had a momentary blink. And 8 mana. But seriously, what is their luck? Yep. Do they hit anything this time? I'm honestly rooting for them to hit something. They've missed 3 times. Yeah. The Buglers. They sacrifice one of their Buglers. We play Basilica. Bounce a land, and pass the turn. Sure, we can flashback Forbidden Alchemy, but I don't think we want to at this point. Digging is nice, but we also want, turns to kill them. They grapple with the past, getting probably the Mismeta Witch back. Ewit. That's a fun one. But they have to get back the Mismeta Witch here. Let's keep flickering our Wasitora. It's not really a choice. Like, they could be considering getting back Eternal Witness to get back Mismeta Witch. But then what? That's not going to be doing them any good. What did they get back? They did get the Ewit. I mean, I guess this is fine, but I still don't think that it was better than just getting Mismeta Witch flickering the Wasitora. Because now they're taking 5 free damage. I mean, I guess they can keep buying back cards. Move to combat. Swing, swing, swing. All of our threats are on the bottom, and we have a go for the throat on top, since we know exactly how our deck looks like. Next, oh wait, never mind, 5 cards left in deck. Let's see. Okay, top card is either Aether Snipe or Go for the Throat. That's all it can be. And then after that, it's just Imperil Archangel, Annoyed Altasaur. So we just have spells for the rest of the game. They sacrifice the Ewit. And then, oh, our opponent, yeah, it's unless I don't have a creature, unless you don't have a creature, and I create a creature. Sack, I create, a little misplay on our opponent. I was a little confused why they got Ewit into Miss Meadow, since they'll just have to sacrifice their Ewit anyway, so they just took 5 free damage. And well, not really sacrificing, it doesn't change much. But yeah, I think this game is pretty locked up. They cast a Misfire Adept. And then they pass. Hold up the Flicker. But let's play land. And cast Aether Snipe. Next card is Go for the Throat, so that's pretty good for us. Let's bounce Misfire Adept. Move to combat. We will swing with everything. We can trade with the Sensor Splicer. I'd be very happy with that. Like, no, they have to chump block something or trade with the Splicer. Yep. Yeah, unless they have a board wipe of some sort, which I'm not sure. Like, they could have a Teferi's Protection to buy them a turn. But yeah. Flicker that. Move to end step. We get it back. Island. They have like their own Imperil Archangel that can buy them a turn. Web Weaver Changeling. That's nice, but we have Go for the Throat on top. So yeah, this game's over. GG's. Move to combat, attack with everything. They can block the Aether Snipe, but they still die. On to game 2. Ooh, what a grind. Here, just run it back. Like, sideboarding is kind of hard with these 5-color decks with no sideboard tech. Yeah, the misplay might have cost them. I don't think they could have won in that position with the cards they drew. Like, we had our deck literally stacked, so there's not much they could have done about how we could have played the game. But yeah, on to the final boss, the final round of the ball. And we are here in our final game. If they're aggressive, this is a pretty bad keep. So we'll mulligan. This is much better. We'll keep and bottom the Momentary Blink. We'll turn 1 island, run out the Traveler's Amulet to go get a white source. Amulet. And pass the turn. The Gargoyle's definitely just gonna be a good beater. And the Soothsayer, just good card. They cast the Hoopu. Oh, what fun. Drawing a lot of lands here is not favorable. We'll play tap land and say go. Like, we're running 15 lands and a Traveler's Amulet. We don't have to flood out too bad. They cast Hoopu number 2. Top deck a spell, please. That's not a spell. Land and go. Next turn we can Gargoyle is a good creature. Followed by Soothsayer. Yeah, pretty happy about that. And what do you have for 4 mana? Misfire Adept. Hey, I thought I bottomed you. That's fine. Let's go Forest, Black, White, Blue. Cast the Gargoyle. And pass a turn. All of their creatures are flying, so the Misfire Adept is just a 4 mana 3/3 with prowess at the moment. That also has flying. So just a worse Bloodwater entity. They move to combat. Swing with the Mistfire. What could they have from last game? I think we'll take the risk and block it. Like, if they want to trade, that's fine by me. We'll accrue a bunch of value from the Sultai Soothsayer anyway, with Blink, so I think trading would be in our favor here. God's Willing. Ugh. That's annoying, but fine. We still have some removal, like Go for the Throw in the deck. What you got? Miss Meadow Witch. Well, let's go with the Sultai Soothsayer. Forbidden Alchemy on a stick. Wasi-Tora. That would be good if, we had red mana. So I think we just take Deep Analysis to go deeper, or Thrall as a cheap creature. Like, the Thrall jump blocks. Yeah, sure, let's take the Thrall. Maybe the correct pick was Wasi-Tora, but with Miss Meadow Witch in play, they can just keep flickering it and preventing it from doing anything. Then again, that is 4 mana investment every turn. They grapple with the past. We're going to take a lot of damage. Oh boy. They hit double Momentary Blink in a land. I guess they're getting back a land. Yep. Let's blink. Just to try and find something. Annoyed Altasaur or Bring to Light. Let's go grab the Altasaur. I think that's the only thing that can pretty much save us here at this point. Let's cast Rampant Growth. Go get a Mountain. and then play a island, cast Thrall. Hopefully, no, they have 2 non-creatures in the graveyard, so Misfire Adept is definitely going to get flying. They can exile our Soothsayer if they want to. Wait a second. Soothsayer's a 4. They could mill us out. Oh, that would not be good. That would not be good at all. Yeah, we want the Soothsayer dead as soon as possible. Or the Mistmantle Witch. Sure, it gives us a lot of card advantage if they do it, but it also mills us 4 every time. Do they have a non-creature? Yep, they flash back Momentary Blink. Cool with that. Yep. We're going to take another 6. Come on, Altasaur. We're counting on you. Altasaur, Cascade into... Go for the Throat. Perfect. We go for the Throat, the Mistmantle Witch or the Adept? Let's get rid of the Witch over the Adept. Like, if they have a removal spell, this is very bad. But I think at this point that the Mistmantle Witch would just accrue too much value for them. And we can swing in for 2. And pass. Ugh. They don't have God's Willing in hand, we know that, because they didn't cast it to save their Witch. Washout wouldn't do it because that would bounce their own Hoopoos. What? Do they just activate the Hoopoo? I'd be happy with that. Sky Knight to detain that creature. Sure thing. Annoyed Altasaur will be detained for a turn. Into Bugler. We move to combat and swing at me for 2. Can't block. We go down to 3. Come on, Fiery Justice. Prophetic Bolt. The Archangel would have been nice there, but we don't have enough mana to cast it. Play Island. Bolt the Sky Knight? No, the Misfire Adept. Get a Web Weaver Changeling into hand and stack it like that. No attacks and pass. A removal spell kills us as it did last turn, but we're fine for now. Web Weaver Changeling is going to gain us a bunch of life, and we can Momentary Blink it to gain even more. So we have a few turns. What's left in our deck? We have the 3 cards we bought him, the Deranged Assistant, the Obzon Charm, and the Skin Render. So in the top 7 cards, there is a 1 Annoyed Altasaur, 1 Aether Snipe, a Sensor, nope, not a Sensor Splicer, a Firemind Vessel, 1 Carrier Thrall, How many lands? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We've got 2 lands in the top 7 cards. We've got an Annoyed Allosaur, Aethersnipe, Firemind Vessel, and Fiery Justice, and a Thrall. So that's our entire deck right there left. They swing in with all of that. We block the Knight. And we go down to 1. Next turn we die to Hoopoos. Death by Hoopoos. And then Webweaver Changeling will help stabilize us. Flicker it to go to 10. Yeah. Things are looking pretty good. What do they get with Body Double? Oh. Oh, that's bad. That is very bad for us. Let's cast Webweaver Changeling. Gain a good amount of life. Play Basilica. Bounce the island. And I am an idiot because I mistap thinking I would hold up white for a momentary blink, so Firemind Vessel. And pass the turn. We'll have to double block the Archangel. They'll trade with the Allosaur. Yeah. Things are looking a little rough, but I think we can hold on pretty well. Aether Mage's Touch. They reveal a Webweaver Changeling with no haste, but they gain 5 life off of it. So yeah, that's fine. Swing with all of that. They don't swing with the Hoopoos. That is good for us so we don't have to take 2 extra damage. Because we are for sure double blocking the Archangel. Yep. Block. Block. They kill the Allosaur. Oh, they kill the Webweaver. Smart. No, they kill the Allosaur. We do have momentary blink and grave, so it allows us to gain an extra 5 life with the Webweaver alive. End of turn, their Webweaver comes back to hand. We draw a Rot Farm. Let's Deep Analysis. This is a little risky, sure, but the cards are nice. Move to combat, swing for 3. Take it, second main phase, white. Or not white. Blue. Cast Momentary Blink. Cast a Thrall. Play a Rot Farm. Bounce this, and pass the turn. Okay, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 lands. We have all of our lands, so our deck is nothing but spells. Our bottom 3 cards are a Deranged Assistant, a Skin Render, and a Abzan Charm. So our top 3 cards are Aether Snipe, Annoyed Altasaur, and Fiery Justice. As we draw the Fiery Justice, let's play the Plains. Tap 3 to Fiery Justice the Web Weaver. And they gain 5 life. Move to combat. No attacks. Pass the turn. Land into activating Hoopu. Into Bugler. They still hit nothing. These Buglers are just 3-mana 2/3s. Annoyed Altasaur. That is a perfect draw. So now we can tap or cast our top card, which is an Aether Snipe. Enters the battlefield, we will bounce a Hoopu back to hand. And now that we have a board presence, we'll swing for 3. They take it. Play Cryptic Spires and pass the turn. We just need to get the pressure on because we got 4 turns to live and they have cards to draw. So yeah, so our next card is Skin Render. They sell Beyond Reality just to exile, not Flicker the Bugler. Huh. Guess they might not have anything else for it to hit. Yep. Black. We don't care about our life anymore since they're slower to deal damage to us than it is for us to draw cards. Attack with everything. Yeah, we just need to be as aggressive as possible now. They eat and bounce. We get a Scion and pass. They activate the Hoopu. And they have a spell. Eternal Witness, probably getting back Sky Knight, or actually Body Double. Body Double would be bad. Mist Meadow Witch. That is an interesting buyback. I was about to say if they had an untapped land, that would make sense, because then they could cast it and then next turn activate it a bunch. But no. Mist Meadow Witch doesn't have anything to exile at the moment. So we'll move to combat and swing with everything. They only have 6 damage, so swinging out with everything's fine. They chump. The less blockers, the better, so we'll Abzan Charm, getting 2 counters on the Sultai. No, let's just get 2 more damage. End of turn, get a Thrall, and pass. If they're If they notice they can miss Meadow Witch, get our Sultai. Yep, GG's. GG's. On to game number 3, I believe. Yep. Okay. I think this might be a matchup for Mikaeus, actually, because it gets really late game and we need some way to finish it. It was just unlucky that all of our threats were put on the bottom. Let's cut the Bring to Light. Just little Mimi. This is a final round as well, so. Trade out one bad hit for Altasaur with another. Seems pretty good. We've already been punished once for the Bring to Light. Let's just hope we don't mill our... Ooh, what if we put in Concordant Crossroads? This is the last game. It's interesting. Over like a card draw spell or something? Nah, I don't think we do that. Come on, OP. I'll just cut the feed and go back when they are finished. And we are here for the final game. They have 2 minutes to play it, so hopefully it doesn't go out to timing. We'll keep this hand. Looks pretty good. Forest, Amulet, go. They gotta play with every second counting and be as aggressive as possible. I don't want to wait until the time, so I want to play as fast as possible as well. Play Rot Farm. Pass. They play Chancery. They discard. Come on, I don't. Play Deranged Assistant and pass a turn. Yep. We will cast a Soothsayer. Mill Mountain, so our only red sources is Cryptic Spires and a Boros Cryptic, or not Boros, but grab the Thrall. We have enough lands. Pass a turn. They cast Sky Knight? Nope, Bugler. They actually drew 2 cards with it, Doom and Traveler and Hoopu this time. They pass. We will, I guess, Swamp, Carrier Thrall, Deep Analysis, and pass. They have 1 minute 30 seconds, which they cast Misfire Adept, Doomed Traveler. They pass. We go for the throat, the Misfire Adept into Carrier Thrall, Mill, Sensor Splicer, cast a Deranged Assistant, play Cryptic Spires, and pass a turn. Next turn, play Wasitora. Washout, naming black would suck. Yep. Bloodforged Battle Axe. I can dig that. We take 5. Red. Cast Wasitora. Cast Carrier Thrall. Play Growth Chamber, bounce Forest, pass the turn. Ugh. Travel preparations. Into flashback travel preparations. Assume with everything. You'll eat, chump, and shump. Yep. Take no damage. We get a Thrall. They get a Spirit. And then they pass. Black, black. Cast Skin Render. Kill the Spirit. You might have God's Willing. Yep, God's Willing. Black. Attacking. Gets rid of their Spirit anyway. So trample. They sacrifice a Spirit. Second main phase. Cast a Thrall. Play land. Pass the turn. They cast a Hoopu. Equip Bloodforged. We double block this one and chump block this one. They have 4 seconds left. No! Please don't time out. Altasaur. Cascade into Aethersnipe. Bounce the Bugler. Move to combat. Swing for 5. And sadly, that's the game. Sadly, it was not an amazing ending with them timing out, but it was a good game. GG's OP. And if you're still here, thank you so much for watching. It means a lot to me. Make sure to hit the like, comment, and subscribe button. Leave a comment what you think and any other kinds of drafts you want me to do. And hope to see you next time.